The practice of self-love for a man in the world today is a pretty rigorous practice. And it's very easy to trash ourselves and to feel inferior. And for women to feed into that image. Not all women by any means, but there is an anti-male sentiment in the anti-violence movement and the post-feminist movement that needs to be addressed as well. So for us to come to balance and harmony together as ethically different but equal creatures, there needs to be room for this coincidentia oppositorum, this sacred marriage of the opposites. For us to be able to see in women the potential for power, potential for leading, the potential for dominance, and for women to see in men the potential for gentleness and for caring and for compassion, so that we can do away with this anti-male tendency that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy for many men. I spoke to men who had engaged in violence against women because they had learned it from their own fathers. So we need to begin to model caring, nonviolent, compassionate behavior to earn the trust of women. But in order for that to happen, there needs to be an opening for it as well. So ask yourself, what prejudices do you hold around men and violence? Do you trust men? Men, do you trust yourselves? Or do you feel like you've been encouraged to become what Robert Bly called soft men in a derogatory sense, abandoning the part of ourselves that is male in order to make up for the sins of our fathers and to earn the trust of women? Do we emasculate ourselves in order to earn the trust of women? And if so, how does that happen? And women, how do you contribute to that kind of a dynamic? I know a lot of women who talk about wanting men to be emotional and vulnerable and compassionate and open, and yet complaining when men demonstrate that very softness. So why do men matter? Men matter because without the blade there is no chalice, and without the chalice there is no blade. Without Shiva there is no Shakti. Without the sacred feminine there is no sacred masculine. There is no one without the other. So the more we're able to bless the parts of ourselves that may be contradictory or in conflict, the more we're going to make space for this male energy in the world, to have a softer, to have a more gentle, and a more wise approach to the world.